Sneak peek at this Diamond and Pearl lot I picked up the other day from one of my regulars at HobbyCon. He likes to condense his binder cards for either some bigger hitters, singles, slabs, sealed. And one thing I notice is many vendors typically turn away this sort of era. Honestly, I think you should think twice before you do that. There's a lot of really cool cards in these sets. The Diamond and Pearl era. I was probably around like first year uni when these came out, so they're not necessarily nostalgic or vintage to me, but they are to many collectors, right? Like 75% of the hobby may consider me an unk, and this was their first entry. Maybe the Diamond and Pearl Pokemon games, DS games, was the first entry to the mainline series. Look at the swirl on this guy, by the way. That's pretty cool. But yes, what deters people from buying lots like this is the pricing can sometimes be all over the place, and you have to be very careful. Condition is key. I would say when picking up lots of this size, do the extra due diligence, sort them by condition, look up what they go for on eBay as opposed to some of the third-party collection trackers, only because these cards aren't necessarily sold in the hundreds on a daily basis as opposed to modern cards, so the prices could fluctuate quite a bit from sale to sale. So an aggregate could sometimes it's completely out of whack, and so I just like to have an idea of what they go for on eBay. And even honestly, what I really like about these cards is even sometimes in like a PSA 8, they could be worth sometimes double what they go for raw, PSA 9, triple, whatever it may be. But as opposed to modern cards where it's a 10 or bust, I do like to pick these up. I do like to have the niche cards at card shows that ultimately I feel when someone comes to a card show and they have to resort to eBay to buy that one single that they were looking for, kind of defeats the purpose. And so I do like to carry a bunch of variety at my shows. Very nice little niche pieces. Honestly, I like some of the look of these things. For someone who wasn't collecting in this era, like I collected vintage, Wizards of the Coast until the E-Series, and then I came back around on Pokemon Go, and then way more heavily into during COVID time. But as someone who hasn't really collected this era much, this is like one of the funnest parts of the hobby to me, to pick up a lot like this and kind of go through them all. Do almost like a history download of the Pokemon trading cards, all of these eras. Like something like this could just be sitting in someone's binder, and then you look at the price of a PSA 9 and 10, look at that swirl again in the bottom right. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool cards in this era, I find. My favorite of this lot was the Glaceon. That one is really cool. These will be available at Collectors Clash in Vaughan next weekend on Sunday. Check us out, Retro Swaps. Until next time.